Father, then we ask right now, just let this word help someone on today right now, Father. And we ask right now that you just bless us and we'll forever give your name and glory and praise. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And you may be seated.
That's all right. That's all right. Take your time.
But if you do have your Bibles, turn to the book of Mark, the 4th chapter. And coming from verses 35 through 39. Mark 4, 35 through 39. And if we have it, say amen. Okay, this is a very familiar passage of scripture, and it reads, "And the same day, when the evening was come, he said unto them, Let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him, and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so faithful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? And if I could this morning just talk to you about Tell That Storm. Tell That Storm. There is a TV show that aired back in 1963, which I'm sure a lot of us, older generation, can remember. And that sitcom was entitled Gilligan's Island. I know a lot of us 90 babies and 2000 babies not familiar. But it talks about a 7-member castaway that set sail to go out to sea for a 3-hour cruise. And it says while they were sailing, the weather started getting rough, and the wind blowing, the waves beating high up on the ship, where they had just encountered a storm. And this storm caused their ship to be tossed and lost at the sea. And I'm sure a lot of us can recall some storms within the city of Gary. The city had totally shut down. No power, no heat, no nothing. In a rainstorm where parts of the city was underwater. Floods everywhere, trees uprooted, power outages, and so forth. But yet and still, we weathered these storms. But yes, we have encountered a storm. And some of us may look at or think of a storm to always be what I just mentioned, or as the dictionary defines it, as a commotion of the atmosphere. Well, this is in fact true. We do have these type of storms, be it rain, be it wind, hail, or snow. But this morning I'm speaking in terms of an everyday storm. Most of us have encountered at least one of these type of storms, be it a mental storm, physical, emotional feelings, or sickness. Some may ask, what are you talking about? Well, I'm glad you asked. Oftentimes, whenever something seems to not be going the way you think it should, or want it to go, something is always happening in your life. You're always trying to figure out why this and why that is not going right. Or something is constantly happening. Let me tell you this morning, you have encountered a storm. It may be, like I said, that's physical, that financial, that marriage, that family, that job, you name it. You have just encountered a storm. See, storms don't don't let you know when they're coming. Because I'm sure someone this morning either going through a storm, coming out of a storm. But believe me, if you haven't been through or coming out, a storm is coming your way. See, I went through what I would say my major storm. I recall being so sick and laid up in the hospital bed, not knowing what or where I was, or if I would be here to see another day. Couldn't do for myself. And I was just figuring out if I was going to make it through. I had doctors saying that I wasn't going to make it. That I should start now to think about the possibilities. The quote unquote, just in case. What to be prepared for. You see, that's my storm. But I had another doctor who knew different and told me that that storm, and that 19 years later, I'm still standing. See, you looking at someone who was down to 103 pounds and now 176 pounds. Because no illness can take me. When you have who I had and some praying saints. And with my faith, I have a new day. See, when you tell that storm, peace be still, and command it to move, the sun will shine, and things will be okay. All you have to do is tell that storm. But looking at our text this morning, we see Jesus was with his disciples. And they were preparing themselves. It was about evening time. And they had just entered into the boat to cross to the other side of the lake. And having other ships with them, as they left the multitude and took Jesus with them in the boat, they began their journey out to sea. But then there arose a terrible storm. The winds howled, the waves were high. They began breaking into the boat, filling it with water, and almost causing it to sink. But you see, doing all that commotion, Jesus was at the back of the ship. He was just fast asleep. The disciples, impatient and frightened, ran frantically to him, awakening him. Just as we do when things start happening to us. We get frantic and immediately we cry out, Lord, have mercy, or Lord, help me. But even though in the middle of a dangerous sea, when Jesus patiently calmed the storm, he showed the fearful disciples that he truly cared for them. Sometimes even those close to Jesus were slow to realize how much he loved them. He could have kept on sleeping. He could have impatiently jumped up and angrily dismissed the storm. And he could have pointed out their immaturity. But he didn't. But when Jesus had awakened from his sleep and seeing how frantic they were, the men looking at Jesus saying, Master, the tempest is raging, the billows are tossing high. Then they still looking at him saying, carest thou not that we perish? Jesus, seeing how frantic they had become, and he rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And immediately there came a great calm. See, Jesus stills the storm. He constantly questions in order to spur people to deeper trust. But I see three things in the text. And the first thing that came across when I was reading was a purpose for your storm. Verse 37 says, and there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. See, sometimes God has to get our attention. Things can be going in our lives, and right in an instant, we can be down. And another purpose for your storm is to let us also know that we go through things just to reassure us that Jesus is still a storm calmer.
Yes.
He stirs things up in our lives to get our attention.
Yes.
The next thing that I saw was power in your storm.
Right.
Verse 39 says, and he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. See, God takes us through the storm just to let us know that he has all power to speak the words.
Yes.
Peace, be still.
Yes.
And he can calm that storm in our lives.
Yes.
See, we got to know how to speak the words, peace, be still, and tell that storm it has to go.
Yes.
And then my last point, proof in your storm.
Right.
Verse 41 says, and they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? See, while we are being fearful and giving up hope, losing our faith in situations, God has to prove to us that whatever we go through, he can handle that situation. We got to have faith, knowing that he does all things well, and that he is a storm calm. But see, what I'm trying to say to you this morning is that we are going to, if we haven't already been, tossed by some type of storm in our lives. But all we have to do is tell that storm, peace be still. And if we believe with our faith, Jesus will immediately calm that storm. But sometimes God has to quiet us down to let us know everything will be all right. See, if you can pray in the calm, you can sleep in the storm. Even though your winds blow, I just want you to know, you cause no alarm because you're safe in Jesus' arms. You may even have rain to fall, but you can still make it with this call, saying, let there be peace. That's all you have to say this morning, church, is tell that storm, peace be still, and it will pass, because it won't last forever. Command that storm that's in your life to move out of the way, because when God speaks, rest assured, it has to cease. Tell that storm. See, when you tell that storm, winds will stop blowing. Floods will stop flowing. When you tell that storm, lightning will stop flashing. Breakers will stop dashing. When you tell that storm, darkness will go away. Clouds will move out of the way. When you tell that storm, know that the sun will shine again. See, when you tell that storm, believe and have faith, knowing that death can't shake you, that job can't make you. When you tell that storm, those bills can't break you. When you tell that storm, those diseases can't take you. Enemies can't stop you, because you know God surrounds you. When you tell that storm, all you have to do is just speak the word. Whatever your storm may be, tell that storm, peace be still. That's all you have to do. It has no control over you. Because you have to remember who sits high and who looks low. And his name is Jesus. Mary's baby. Jesus. That rose of Sharon. That lily of the valley. That bright and morning star. My way in and my way out. Ezekiel's wheel in the middle of the wheel. My doctor in the sick room. My lawyer in the courtroom. He's the mother and the father. The mother and father had to leave me. He's Alpha and Omega. He's the beginning and the end. He's the first and the last. He died that we may live. Because it was far away. Our Savior carried the cross. And it was where they put nails in his hands, pegs in his feet. They hung him high. They stretched him wide. You see, during that time, when he was cross, there was a great storm, causing blackness everywhere. The earth reeled and rocked like a drunken man. And that's when he bowed his head and the locks of his shoulders. And he gave up the ghost. But it didn't stop right there. They took him off that cross and buried him in a borrowed man's tomb, where he stayed there all night Friday, all day Saturday, all night Friday. But I heard that it was early Sunday morning, before the rooster could crow, before the SUN came up, there arose a great earthquake, and the stone was rolled away, because the SON, he got up with all power, shut up in his hand, power to make you love right, power to make you do right, power to make you talk right, power to command that storm in your life, to be still in your life, to let the winds blow, because I'll continue to ride through the storm, because he is the captain of my soul. Command that storm. When you command that storm, peace be still. Your billows may roll, your breakers may dash. You should never say, because Jesus holds you fast. See, when I tell you that storms, rest assured that your soul is anchored in the Lord. You can tell that storm, peace be still. When that husband or wife don't want to act right, peace be still. When your children constantly get on your nerves, peace be still. Tell that storm peace. When you think you're about to lose your mind, tell that storm peace. When you just feel like giving up, tell that storm peace. When you're constantly being picked on, tell that storm peace. Your boss is constantly picking on. Tell that storm peace. Even when they talk about you, when they lie on you, when they misuse you, when they abuse you, tell that storm peace. Rest assured, the Lord says peace. There will be peace. Tell that storm peace. You gotta tell that storm peace. Peace be still in your life. Peace that passes all understanding. It's some bad morning. When this life is over, I'm gonna fly away. I'm gonna put my wings on. Fly away to be with the Lord. I'm going to a place of no more. No more sickness. No more suffering. No more heartache. No more. See, all you gotta do is tell that storm peace. Peace be still. Watch God work it out in your life.